Hey guys, it's Melissa from Melissa's Creations, and I just wanted to share these cute little chocolate treat boxes that I came up with yesterday. I was wanting to figure out something to put into my goodie bags at my catalog launch party, and I came up with these after, I don't know, 3 or 4 tries on some scrap paper. But I finally came up with these, and they're just secured with a ribbon. What I like about these is you don't have to take the ribbon off to open it. You just flip it open like that. It has a little flap here, which you could cut off if you don't like. I just kind of like how it looks with the little flap on it. So then you just open it up and you can have your chocolates in there. These were made to fit the Mini Ghirardelli Chocolates. So you just pop one in and then you can close it back up, tuck it under your ribbon, slide it up a little bit, and there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have had some connection issues in the past with my internet, so if it goes down, I'll restart the video. And if everything goes well, I will put this onto my YouTube channel. So you will need your trimmer and a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. I'm going to need to swing the arm out, so let's see if I can do this sideways. So I'm starting with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and the measurement for the paper that you need, cutting it this way, you're going to need 6 5/8, and it's a little hard to get these measurements right here where the arm comes out, but the 5/8 mark is just, it's the first tick mark you can see on the top part here. So 6 5/8. And then rotate it, and you're going to cut it at 3 1/2. And you can get 3 pieces, 3 boxes out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I'll just do the one for now. Alright, now to do your stamping, you can really do any design. I chose to use the Gift of Love Hostess set, and I just took this image here and I just randomly stamped it all over. So I won't show the stamping part because that's pretty self-explanatory. Hi Tanya, thank you. I'm glad that you're here to see the video. Hopefully I can explain it well enough, and I'll make sure I give you all the measurements too. So they're a lot of fun. I came up with them last night, and I really wanted to showcase the new ink colors. So I'm really excited about these. They're super cute. So Gift of Love, I used this. I just stamped it all over the background. When I did my stamping, I made sure to stamp my For You, and when I did my background, I left enough space on the flap here so that I could make sure it was the right position, because that is where it will go, right there on the flap. So I'll skip the stamping on here, but basically to score it, I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored, and starting with the short edge at the top, you want to do a 1/2 inch on each side, and I find it's easier to do the 1/2 inch on the outside and then rotate it and then do my other 1/2 inch. So again, this piece of paper right here measures 3 1/2 by 6 5/8, and then you score it at a 1/2 inch on each side, and then we're going to rotate it. Score at a 1/2 inch, score at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, at 4 1/2, and then the last one is at 5. And this section right here is going to be my flap. So once you have that scored, you want to crease all of your fold lines, and I'm going to go ahead and just use one that I've done here. I was lucky enough to get a stamp made. This was when Stampin' Up! Still did custom stamps, so I've got my business name and my contact info on there. I didn't put it on some of these, but it's a good idea if you're wanting to use these as samples to give out to people. So for the cutting, we're going to start with the flap. And you're going to cut right up on that 1/2 inch score line up to the second score. So I have a score line here, score line here. I'm cutting to this score line, and then I'm going to slightly miter like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on this edge. And miter. All right, now if I turn it around, you can get rid of these two tabs, and I miter those also. Just a little triangle out of the edge there. And this one. And then you want to do another small triangle out of each of these score lines on this little flap. Just a little bit, it doesn't need to be too much. I just find that when you do that, the box has a nice edge on it. You can see, oh, you can see on this one. Hi Tammy, thanks for joining. I'm just doing a quick video here about how to make these little chocolate boxes. So when you do that miter, you can see that it makes a nice little flap here, and I just think it gives it a nice finished look. So we'll do that on this side as well. Get those guys out. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our corner rounder. This is one of the Project Life corner rounders. I just got it in my box the other day, and it is awesome because it has these guides on the side. Okay, gives us a nice rounded corner there. So we're going to go ahead and glue. Now, snail is just fine for the little tabs here, and it's pretty forgiving right now, especially because it's so hot. It's about 102 degrees outside, and it's not much cooler than that in my house. But I'm just going to use snail, and you're going to put that on the wrong side, just a little bit. It's just to hold it together until we get the fast fuse on. And then I like to hold it flat on the desk, bring this tab up, fold this tab in so that I can try and get as square as possible. You can also butt it up against the corner of your Simply Scored, but this works fine too. If it's a little wompy, it's okay. It's not really gonna make too big of a difference. You're just gonna pop a chocolate in it anyway. All right, so now I'm gonna bring in my fast fuse, and I'm gonna put it on these two outer tabs here. Did that go on? Yeah. And this one. And then I'm going to lay it flat and then just tuck those right down. I find that laying it flat like that helps get a nice straight edge too. Just like that. And now I have my little flappy guy here. Like I said before, you could cut that off before you glued it down if you weren't a fan, but I just kind of like how it kind of tucks it in. Makes it a cute little package. So there is the basic box, and then we're just going to take a length of ribbon long enough to do a knot. And sometimes I have some difficulty with this part. This is before you tie your knot, you'd want to pop in your chocolate, but if not, if you don't pop it in right away, it's fine because it's so easy to open and close back up. You don't have to take the ribbon off and tie it again. And get that guy through here. Uh-oh. Yeah. I knew I would have trouble with the knot. I always seem to do that. I need to chop off my fingernails. I think that might help me. So, almost got it. Bear with me. Ah, there it is. All right, and then just trim off the ribbon a little bit. Give it a nice angle. Oh, that's a wompy angle. And there we go. So cute, fast, simple box. Oh, thanks, Tanya. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to help a fellow demonstrator out, or customers that would want to maybe give this away as just another kind of gift. So quick and simple. I'll go over the dimensions one more time in case you didn't get to write them down. This video will be available to rewatch on my channel, so no worries there if you need to watch it again. But again, the dimensions are, your paper is 3.5 inches by 6 5/8. We scored it at 1/2 inch on each side, and then you rotate and score 1/2 inch, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, and at 5. All right, so thanks for joining me. I always love doing videos. If you guys have any questions, you know how to get me on Facebook. And thanks for joining me today.